Oh, baby, 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 baby. Come back, baby. I want to play house with you.
At first, they called him the Memphis Splash, then the Hillbilly Cat. They didn't know what to call his music.
Have a pink Cadillac, don't you be nobody's fool. Now, baby, come back, baby, come back, baby, come.
Elvis Presley hit the Hayride stage in October 1954. It was only a week after the Opry turned him away and told him to go back to driving a truck. What a mistake that was. But by the time Elvis left 18 months later, the Hayride, country music, pop music, and American culture in general was changed forever.
I'm sure the big decision was made by Horace Logan, or even by the manager at that time, who was Henry Clay. But we gave him a try because the Hayride was innovative. The Opry was staid. They were nothing but acoustic instruments, you know, no drums, and we were willing to take a chance.
But
I went down and got Elvis into the auditorium, and I watched him as they set up and rehearsed a little bit. And I knew that he wasn't country, but I also knew that he was really innovative. This is different. By gosh, this is something.
It seemed like yesterday, and he was wearing a pink coat, black pants, and white shoes, which was a definite giveaway that this guy must be a little different, you know, than the other people that you were going to see on that night on the stage.
His first appearance, they had told him not to use any vulgar movements, and Elvis was nervous, and he just stood out there. And so the second appearance, he didn't do much, and when he come over to me, I was in the corner, him and Scott and Bill, and they couldn't understand why they didn't tear the roof down, because they'd been doing it at the Eagle's Nest in Memphis for Sleepy Eye John, up there where he'd been appearing, there where he goes, people go wild, and they didn't do it. And I said, well, don't pay no attention. I said, do anything you want to out there. What can they do to you? And so when he went out there the second time, he started giving that wiggle, and the roof come in. That was the first night.
Elvis, how are you this evening?
It's fine. How you, sir?
You all geared up with your band
all
there?
Geared up.
So let us hear your songs.
Well, I'd like to say how happy we are to be down here. It's a real honor for us to get a chance to appear on the Louisiana Hayride. We're going to do a song for you. You got anything else to say, sir?
No, I'm ready.
We're going to do a song for you we got on the Sun record. It goes something like this. Well, that's all right, Mama. That's all right with you.
But I will have to really say that he's shaking, had me shook up. I wasn't used to nothing like that.
It's all right.
I said, look at that. That looks plumb silly. And like I mentioned before, about a month later, I was standing at the same spot on the side of the stage, and I said, you know, I wonder if I'm going to have a job next week down there or not. In fact, Wood had done smooth, took over.
It's all right. That's all right.
Elvis signed a one-year contract to appear every Saturday night on the Louisiana Hayride. During that year, he beefed up his band by adding staff drummer DJ Fontana. They toured all over the Arklatex, developing the Presley style and learning how to work a crowd. It was a time to experiment because it was all new for Elvis and his audience.
I think he built the Hayride, helped build it. I mean, it was already a big monumental show as it was. I think by him just being there attracted more people.
In the middle of 1955, Elvis hired Colonel Tom Parker as his manager and signed another one-year contract with the Hayride. After the Memphis Splash was on national television several times, Elvis and the Colonel figured they could do better without having to come back to Shreveport every Saturday night. KWKH charged Elvis $10,000 to get out of his contract early and made Elvis do one last concert. It was held at the Fairgrounds Coliseum, the only place big enough to hold 9,000 screaming teenagers.
When he came on stage, he came by me, and it just went nuts. I went nuts. The whole thing was nuts. It was great. And the cameras, the flash bulbs were like the brightest light you can imagine. Thousands of them all at once, just blinding you, you know. And screams like high pitch, that just you know, you're so high and just eerie.
Rockabilly. That was the new name for hillbilly, rockabilly then. So we all had to go out there and we all had to sound just a little bit like Elvis to get a nice hand.